Autoline Daily is brought to you by Borg-Warner. Feel good about driving. Bosch. The number of clean diesel models in North America will double by 2014. Bosch Clean Diesel. Good, clean, fun. Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems. Improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com. And by the 2013 Hyundai Sonata. Learn more at HyundaiSonata.com.
Hello and welcome to Autoline Daily. I'm John McElroy, and here is the news. As we pointed out some weeks back, the annualized sales rate for new cars in the U.S. slowed substantially in May. The SAAR dropped from the 14.5 million rate it had been running all year down to only 13.7 million. But not to worry, say the number crunchers at Ward's Auto. They say as long as employment and consumer confidence grow, so will car sales, and they are sticking to their forecast of 14.5 million new vehicle sales for the year. In fact, Ward says that evidence is growing of pent-up demand that could push the SAAR to 16 million units, but probably not until 2018. Say if you want to buy the fastest supercar ever to come out of Japan, you better grab your wallet and run to the nearest Lexus store. Toyota says it only has 9 LFAs left to sell in the world, and that's out of a production run of 500 cars. The 510 horsepower V10 carbon fiber supercar starts at $375,000, and LFA production started in late 2010. Earlier in the year, we reported about a project in Europe called SARTRE, or Safe Road Trains for the Environment, which envisions platoons of cars autonomously following a lead truck down the highway. The vehicles that follow use radar and cameras to monitor the lead vehicle, and a wireless internet connection allows them to mimic the lead truck's movements. The first public road test was just completed in Spain, using a Volvo truck as the lead vehicle. It was followed by another truck and 3 Volvo cars. The test covered 200 kilometers, about 124 miles. The vehicles were spaced 6 meters apart, that's about 20 feet, and they traveled at 85 kilometers an hour, or about 53 mph. In another sign yet that electric vehicles are not ready for prime time, Renault just canceled the second shift of production for its Twizy model, even though it was launched just 4 months ago. According to Ward's, Renault says the extra shift was used to meet advanced orders, but analysts say the limited run did not justify training the workers. The company says it can now build 20,000 Twizys annually. European buyers looking for a big, inexpensive car don't have the same variety to choose from compared to American buyers, even with the stoppage of Crown Vic production. Czech automaker Skoda released photos of its large car, the Rapid, which will be available next month. The car focuses on being spacious, economical, and durable. Skoda's sister company under the VW umbrella, SEAT, will also get a version of the Rapid called the Toledo. Both vehicles will be built in the Czech Republic, making the Toledo the first SEAT-branded car to be built there. Coming up next, it is time for You Said It.
Proven on the track and on roads around the world, Borg-Warner turbochargers improve fuel economy and reduce emissions without sacrificing performance. Borg-Warner, official turbocharger supplier to the Izod Indy Car Series.
And now it's time for some of your feedback. John M. says, it just cracks me up when I hear modern diesel engines referred to as clean diesels. Don't get me wrong, I get it. I understand why they're referred to as clean, and I don't disagree with it or object to it. It just sounds like an oxymoron, kind of like putting an extra filter on a cigarette and calling it healthy. John, diesel engines in the U.S., as you know, are now as clean as gasoline engines, but the companies promoting diesels know that most of the public doesn't know that yet, and so they're calling them clean diesels to turn public perception around. HTG saw my editorial on the need for what I call Formula None, a new racing series with no rules whatsoever. But he has a simpler solution. I'd just like to see racing become interesting again. Lessen the dependence on aerodynamic grip so that cars can race close to each other, and take away engine displacement and wide slick tires so the driver can just light it up. HTG, I do like your idea a lot, but for me, that is just a stepping stone to Formula None. Wim van Acker says, you mentioned the BMW i8 is priced in Germany at 103,000 euros, and that it will compete against the Fisker Karma priced at $103,000. That seems like an easy win for Fisker, being $22,000 cheaper if the $103,000 Fisker Karma price you mentioned is the price in Germany. John, is it? Or is the $103,000 Fisker price the price in the US? Wim, that $103,000 price that we cited for the Fisker Karma is the mid-model version in the US. In Germany, the same mid-model version costs over 111,000 euros, or about $141,000 at current exchange rates. But thanks for the question, because it forced me to look all that up. Lex saw our report on the new Acura ILX and wonders, why would anyone pay $25,000 for an Acura ILX when you can get a Honda Accord EX or EXL with premium options at that price? Lex, you are just too rational. It's all about the status and prestige of owning a car with a more premium brand name. C-Tech wants to know, will Renault ultimately need to try to re-enter the North American market to increase sales? Well, technically, C-Tech, Renault is already selling cars in North America. It sells a number of passenger cars and light commercial vehicles in Mexico. By the way, so do Peugeot, Fiat, and Alfa Romeo. But to your question, I think Nissan would not want to see its partner competing for sales in the US or Canadian markets unless it only offered models and segments where they do not compete. And since Nissan offers a very wide lineup, I don't know where Renault would fit in. But next time we get the chance, we'll put that question to Carlos Ghosn, since he is the CEO of both companies. Hey, thanks for all your letters and comments. We do really like going through them all. But don't forget to join us for Autoline After Hours tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Actually, what I should say is, join us for our party as we celebrate the 15th anniversary of Autoline. That's right, it's going to be an online party, which I think will be an internet first, at least in the automotive media business. We're going to have a great collection of guests coming on the show, and of course, the auto extremist Peter DeLorenzo will be here with some of the best insider talk of what is happening in the world of automobiles. But that wraps up today's show. Thanks for watching.